Time. The meeting is being live streamed. Awesome. All right, guys, we've got it going. Everybody, we are live streaming on YouTube this morning with the Monarchs and our caterpillars that are here. We want to welcome everyone to our NanoWrimo kickoff. We love our opportunities each month to just be able to fellowship, get together, see everybody. We're in a Monarch chat all the time, but it's just great to see everybody's faces. I would love for our monarchs to take time to introduce yourself and tell us what your NaNoWriMo project is for this November. And for those of you who, like Diane Britt, we were explaining what NaNoWriMo is all about. You can go to the NaNoWriMo website. You can log in your word count. I did set up my NaNoWriMo project, but I also have a notes on my phone project of a long list of Monarch things that need to be taken care of. So those are some things I'm going to be working on today. So when I think of writing sprints, I think about what needs to get done in my space. It doesn't necessarily have to be a word count space in my life, but it means that I'm working on something on the platform. I'm building the newsletter because I just got some great encouragement from one of my author friends. So I've added to my list even this morning at 8 a.m. So those are some things I'm going to be working on. And my name is Jen Lowry. I'm the president of Monarch and Caterpillar Books, where we are a clean reads company serving K-12 readers. So welcome everybody. Nancy, we're going to start with you. I would love for you to introduce yourself, say what your NaNoWriMo project is or what you're working on today.
Thanks. My name is Nancy Stewart. What I am working on today is literally just finishing a book called, it's an upper MG, by the way, called Lost on the Skeleton Coast. And quickly, it's about a brother and a sister who are with their very famous archaeology uncle in Namibia, South Africa. And they get lost in the desert. They're left in the desert, and it's about diamond smugglers and all that kind of thing that kids that age like. So that's my shtick for right now.
Oh, I love it, Nancy. I have not heard about this project. So thank you so
Yeah,
much for sharing such
sure.
exciting news. Angelique Burrell, who just released her book in October, A Mark in the Road, your YA thriller. Just so excited to see you out and about in the move with a book in hand. Angelique, congratulations. And
Thank
tell
you.
us a little bit about you and what you're working on today.
Well, I have one. I'm coming back. I was going to start a sequel to A Mark in the Road. And I'm circling back just a little bit because I just got back information from a reader on a second book that I wrote that's a standalone. And I have some revision to do. So I'm going to work on that and then come back to just to close that up. And then in November, I'm going to go back to working on the sequel. So
Yay,
that's
congratulations. And what I hear is that monarchs always have something in the works.
yeah.
And and speaking of that, Lori Keating is just you are a wealth of ideas. Lori, I am so excited to share. You are a picture book author and illustrator now. You've got your middle grade world happening and YA. And we were just talking this week about some sweet tea books that could be adult. So Lori just runs the gamut. Lori, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Lori Keating, and I am working on, as Jen said, yes, a new romance novel. And this was originally supposed to be a YA, but as I'm writing it, it's coming out as like a 20-something rom-com, So I think it's going to be an adult. So, I don't want to say, that's the final version because I've changed before in the past, but I that's how it's coming out, and I'm really actually loving it.
Awesome. I love the title. Do you want to give the title away or are you holding it?
I'm holding it, yeah. But
She's
well,
holding it.
I could say, because it's so fun. And Jen helped me develop that title too, because I sent it to her, and then she's like sent back the sweet part. But it's called "Hold My Sweet Tea."
Oh, just love it.
Oh.
Love it. So already we know it's a Southern sweet romance. Cannot wait.
Mm.
Rachel Clark, is there snow in your yard? I just need to know because snow pictures in Monarch make Diane Britt very happy.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah,
Yes,
let us.
Rachel,
there is. There's a fair bit of snow in my yard. Yes, there is.
Oh man.
so Diane Blue Brooks Britt is here with us in the Monarch chat and talking about snow and asking our monarchs who live in Canada send it our way because I.
Right.
So for those of you, Diane was at the beach in 80-degree weather. One day we had 80-degree weather in North Carolina, and Diane is at the beach enjoying that one last day. And then yesterday we woke up to 29-degree weather.
Oh,
So I was
Right.
like, what's happening? But Rachel, no snow. So we get
That's
to live vicariously through you. And Rachel Clark, you, like Lori Keating, you write the gamut as well. Picture books, author, illustrator. You've got middle grades out there published. You've done YA, you're in the sci-fi, fantasy, western, anthologies, adult world. I just absolutely love the creativity of our Monarch authors. You guys are an endless well. Rachel, talk about your books. What you got going on for Nano?
I I am actually writing a sequel to my my debut sci-fi western novel, which is supposed to be coming out next year, which I'm very excited about. So I'm like, well, I better start writing the next one because I've got a couple planned to finish that series off, got that whole story covered. So yeah, I've been working on that. That's kind of been my main project, but yeah.
Well, so Rachel Clark has joined us, and she's got a monster book coming out next October, October the 1st, 2024, with her children's picture book. But you can see a picture of the big old bike that she's got in the background. That's one of my favorite middle grade books by Rachel Clark. Love it. So if you want to get a taste of Rachel's work, just go on and find her. She's out there circulating with all of her books out published. And Stacy Bartlett.
Yes.
Absolutely love again. Here I go. Introducing another Monarch author with a middle grade, a YA. Stacy, what are you working on right now for your Nano project?
Well, actually, I'm not doing Nano. I have a project today. I'm just here to support all my Nano friends. And judging from Twitter and the writing community, everybody's doing great.
Yes.
They're super. But my project, well, I'm finishing up a major revision on a women's fiction novel. So I didn't really want to hop into something new. But this morning, I'm taking a look at, I'm like you, I have a stack of projects of things I just can't wait to write. So I'm taking a look at a YA Peter Pan retelling that I wrote a lot of at one point, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do that at some point. So
A huge Peter Pan fan here. Anybody else want to raise their hand to Peter Pan? Because I'm a Tinkerbell girl. I mean, Tinkerbell's my favorite. Just
Aw.
saying. So Stacy Bartlett, just thank you so much for joining us. And what's so cool about Nano? It is a community. You go online. So Miss Diane, here's how it happens. And I'm not the expert, right? I'm not the expert of Nano. Rachel Clark, you've done Nano a lot longer than I have, I think. But you get on to the website, you type in, this is my project, this is my goal, and it really helps you stay focused and centered on the task at hand, which is whether you're working a project or a writing or your word counts. You can craft this November the way that you want it to be, but it's great to connect with other Nano authors who are out there doing the same thing. So it gives us a great place to talk our books, talk about what we're working on, and just get motivated. Because when we're around a community of writers, there's something that happens. We get all excited. It helps to fuel our energy. And Nancy does the write ins too. So, Nancy was just talking about that with her agency. They do write ins each week. So, now I'm going to turn it over and ask Miss Diane to share a little bit about Simon Mistake because Simon's going to be coming out in February.
Yay! So excited. Well, what I'm doing right now is, Jennifer, I'm trying to get things together for my party, for my book signing. I'm trying
Yes,
to
love
order
it.
banners. I want to order some little green snakes. from Amazon or from somewhere, maybe some little foxes, or I mean, just something. So when the children show up, they'll have a little something to take back with them, and then that will remind them, Mom, you got to go buy this book, that Miss Ian just read to us. So that's what I'm trying to get my banner ordered. I got a friend at church, and she's going to do it for me for free. And I told her, I said, girl, I will bake you the best pound cake ever.
Hey,
And
that's a good exchange.
you get
That's a
this
good
banner
exchange.
for me. Yeah, but Simon, I'm excited already. So when February comes, oh my goodness, I'll probably have to take a Xanax, Miss Jennifer, something to calm me down. It's
You
something
got this, Miss Diane. It's a dream come true for
Oh
Miss
yeah.
Diane Blue Brooks Britt, and we're
Mm.
happy that she's a Caterpillar Books author.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
congratulations to Miss Diane. Continue to work on your projects. You can go shopping on Amazon while we're all writing, and that's the fun thing about joining us. It can keep you
Mhm.
focused. And we've got Sandy Green, who is our middle grade spooky horror in verse author. Sandy, it's so nice to have you with us today. Share what you're working on for Nano.
Well, I decided that maybe ghostwriters needed to be a series, so I'm writing the second book in the series, and tentatively titled Ghostwriters: The Curse of Cheshire Woods. And
Ooh.
it's another horror in verse, and a 13-year-old girl, with the help of her cousin, Bloss, and yes, and a ghostly blue head, must resolve a stash of hidden old short stories and poems before the bewitched characters escape their cursed woods and destroy her family.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh.
Wow.
Interesting.
That is a yes, yes, and a yes. Three yeses all across the board.
Oh, good.
Absolutely love it. I want it like right now. So Sandy, get started. That's
No,
all I'm
I have 10,000 words done already. I know, and so I'm hoping to reach about 30,000 words and maybe chop it back a little bit, but because the other book was 23,000 words, so
Wow.
I figure about between 23 and 30,000. So I'm really excited about it. I work on it every spare moment, take notes. I wake up in the middle of the night and I have a pad and I scribble my
Mhm.
notes, and then the next morning I write two sentences on top of each other, and I'm like, what did I mean? But
Do that. I love the title, by the way.
oh, good, thank you. I went round and
Terrific.
round with that title, and I have a whole list of a title. And finally, my husband said, why don't you just start writing, and then maybe the title will come. And I thought,
yes.
Hmm.
but I'd like to have that. I like to have the names of my characters. I don't know. I just feel like it's in my head. It's a setting. I'd like to have my nugget. I already have my tagline. This is my tagline. Um, Not all who wander are lost. Some are running for their lives.
Oh my
That's good. That is
That's
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
definitely have that one written down. We have it recorded now. We're not gonna
yeah.
lose that
Oh,
tagline.
don't worry. I
Yeah.
have all my notes. I have everything written down. Pages of notes. So I'm just real excited about it because I was going to, fiddle on something else, and then I don't know. I was talking with my son, and we were like throwing ideas back and forth. So I'm already like a third of the way done. I figure, well, just the first draft, but just
Right.
I figure I can maybe knock off the rest of it this month.
That's the
The
goal,
rest of
huh,
it.
Sandy
Nice.
Green? There we go. Sandy's got her goals set up. So, guys, speaking of goals, I want us to get started. And we're going to do a 7-minute round. And I'm just going to go old school and use the timer on my phone. Not going to be doing all the fancy things. Now, Tish Bouvier, my author friend, she's a poet and a cozy mystery writer. She has a Write With Me every week. You can check her out. And it's at her Tish Bouvier. I'll put it in the chat. Her Tish Bouvier YouTube channel. And she's got the fancy NanoWrimo platform going on. She does 5 a.m. Central Time. She's Our Lady in Texas that we absolutely love. And I wanted to give her a shout out. So if you want the fancy NanoWrimo write-ins, I always pull Tish's up and just have it in the background while I'm working on projects. So here we go. 7 minutes. So I'm going to cut my audio off and I'm going to get started working on my projects and then we'll check back in. All right, guys, have fun working on your stuff. All right, everybody, that is our first 7 minute round. And I see that Lindsay Hobson just spooked her way into the room like a zoomed in right at our last minute to go. So, Lindsay, welcome. Oh, you're on mute, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Hey, Lindsay, tell us a little bit about you. Your arcs are out and
Yeah.
circulating out in the world right now. So, spooky middle grade, the girl in the windows. So excited that
Yep.
people are meeting Izzy Gordon right now.
Yep.
Lindsay, tell us a little bit what you're working on for Nano.
I'm working on book 2. So
So, goal for this month, you have a goal set up. You want to do like a word count goal, or you just like chapter a day? How do you set up yours? What's your tips
I
for your
usually try to
space?
write, a chapter a day. I'd like to get the first draft done of the whole book, but we'll see.
Yay, great goals, great goals. So, everybody, thank you again for joining us. We have got people active in the chat. I just gave Tish Bouvier a shout out a while ago, and she's in a coffee shop right now joining us. And Adrian is here. We were talking about Adrian the other right before we started. He said instead of writing, he's going to sprint work on his assignments. So Adrian is in the chat. We're so proud of you, Adrian. The Ground World Heroes is coming out next year, and you're balancing school and all of your extracurricular activities and writing. So keep it up, Adrian. We've got Sandy here. Sandy said, I love this. I'm working on my project in community with all of you. So, hooray for Sandy. Keep working. Check in on the chat and let us know how's it going. And then we've got Nick here. He said, I'm adding to my daily word count, and he's writing a middle grade fantasy. Oh, Nick, I know the boys are going to love it. Nick is also a Canadian author, so we're super excited to have Nick in the chat. So I've caught up with our chat. Nick said he got 76 words written. I was working on Publishers Marketplace announcements. So Tennille Marie's announcement, So My Mom's from Outer Space, was just posted. So I just emailed her, congratulating her on that announcement. And now I'm making the banner to put up on social media. So, Miss Diane, that's what I'm saying. It can be a lot of things that we can do together as we are in community, but it keeps us focused and on task. And I've already knocked one thing off of my list. So that's good for me. Anybody else want to give a shout out of what they're working on? If what kind of progress did you make in our quick 7 minutes? Feel free. Feel free.
I wrote some tips down.
Oh, Diane, you got a tip to share? Give me a tip.
Okay, okay. Tips for authors. Brainstorm. Have a notepad in your bed. Most important, make sure you have a very good publisher like Dr. Jennifer.
Go, Diane.
All right. Pretend you are the character. How would you feel? How would you be happy? Would you be sad? Get into the character's head. So that's what
And
I
I
did with
love
Simon the Snake.
I love that. And we want to honor Miss Diane right now. Miss Diane, she is hailing from Robinson County, North Carolina. We're so super honored to have you as a part of Monarch, and we
Thank
are
you.
celebrating Native American Month. So,
Thank you.
for all of you out there who are joining us, it is a time to honor the achievements and also consider the past and look forward to the present and how we can uplift Native American voices in our writing community. And so Simon the
Yes.
Snake is going to be coming out very soon. And I love
Yes.
how you took um, animals and crafted such a story of inclusion and friendship with a little bit of fun with some baseball in there too to
Right.
honor your husband that had passed. And so, Mr.
Right.
Verl, I know that's a very special part of the book too. So,
Miss
Diane,
Jennifer, what if it's snowing in February when I have my book signing?
okay, so now we know what to add to the list. So everybody,
Yes.
let's pray that it's snowing so Miss Diane can see snow at her book signing
In
because that would
February.
just, yes,
That would be
snow
great,
and
wouldn't it?
we often can't get snow in
I
February, the end of
know, I
January.
know.
So we'll
That's
see.
right. That's right. Yes,
So,
ma'am.
as we honor and elevate Native American voices this month, I want you guys to share out on social media some book recommendations that would really just please us so much at Monarch and share them with us too so we can share them on our page. So now that we've kind of jumped in, um, Nick said Happy Native American Month. And
Thank
Tish
you.
Bouvier said, Hi, Miss Diane. I love Simon the Snake. So
Thank you.
she just put that in the chat. So I really appreciate all of the people that are joining us live. And we want to get started again, guys. Y'all feel good about another 7-minute sprint? All right. So I'm setting my timer. I have crossed off the Publishers Marketplace world. And now I'm going ready to get Lori an email going because Lori, I've got to send you some coloring pages again just to give you some, right? So you can add to your website. So that's my next thing that I'm doing on my list. Y'all, I have a list of
That's
things
awesome.
to do. All right.
Thank
I'm
you.
going back on mute, everyone, and I'm setting our timer for 7 minutes. Happy writing. All right, there we go, guys. We are out of time from that 7 minutes. So, who wants to do a check in? Y'all can unmute and let us know what's happening. Lori, check your email. I just sent you the coloring page from Alyssa Rosinko, so you can add
Thank
that
you.
now and celebrate the memory quilt. Absolutely love the work that the heart that Lori put into that, and the work of Alyssa Grazinko for bringing it to life. So we asked for her to share a coloring page, and it's a really cool one. I think kids will like that one. Um,
Yes.
so that was her favorite picture to share with you, Lori. So
Thank
love
you. I
that.
just got it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So cross that one off my list. Anybody else have an update?
Just more
Okay.
of the same with this book, but it's coming.
It's coming. Good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, Tish said that was fast. I am 1/4 of the way through a scene. Yes, Tish knows like 7 minutes. Seven's my lucky number, but seven gives us a chance to also spend time in fellowship with monarchs. Most of the time, write-ins are usually like 20-minute sprints. Nancy, how long are your writing sprints
Well,
with?
ours are 1 hour each. We do, one full hour on Mondays. And it's about a 3 to 4 hour situation. On Mondays, we go from 9 in the morning until 1. And on Fridays, believe it or not, we go 3 hours until 5. So it's rigorous, and I like it. And those of us on a Friday always laugh and say, "Well, we have no life, so we're going to
So
we're
we're
going to
just
go ahead."
gonna hang out together and write. But that's the thing, guys. Finding a community matters. So SCBWI, Nancy said she's joining her group this afternoon with the SCBWI. So
Right.
I know that you also have a writing community there. It's just so great. I have a writing community. Tish is part of that. Tish and Ann. I want to give Ann a special shout out. Ann's at a writing conference right now, a virtual conference, so she hates that she had to miss it with us. But Ann is a podcast host of Inspirational Journeys. You got to check her out with Ann Writes Inspiration on YouTube, on Spotify. And she loves to interview authors and share author tips. Miss Diane, do you have one more tip you might have written down? Just one more you want to share?
No, but I was gonna let you know that I have written 2 more books since Simon the
Yes,
Snake,
The
and one
Lonely
is called
Tree.
The Tree House, and the
Yes.
other one is called Nosy Rosie. The Tree House has feelings, and it's a true, it's based on truth and some of it fiction. But the Tree House is in the backyard that my late husband built for our grandkids. And the treehouse was really happy, for the grandkids to come and visit and run up the steps. But then my husband passed away, so things changed. The treehouse is sad because the grandchildren are growing up. They don't come anymore. But then a new hey, I'm telling you the whole book. A
Yes, you're
new
telling us the
family
whole book,
moves in.
Diane.
A new family moves into the house from the city with 2 kids. They've never had a treehouse in their backyard. So now they've loved their treehouse. The treehouse is happy again. I mean, anyway, I'm gonna wait and see how Simon does, and then I'll give it to you, Miss Jennifer, and see what you can do with the treehouse. And
Well,
then
let's just say, let's see what the
Rosie.
Lord can do with the work that is provided. All of us have a
Yes,
calling,
yes,
right? And
right.
we
That's right.
continue to pray for those
Yeah,
open doors. So, speaking of the door of the tree house, it's an emotional book, but it's about the
yes,
change of life, change of
right.
season, and growth. And
Yes,
I think it's just a lovely portrayal of how memories endure, but then new memories can take shape. So it's a
yeah.
lovely book, Miss Diane.
The
Absolutely. Thank you for
treehouse
sharing that.
the treehouse did not know that people pass away. The treehouse did not know that children grow up. So it's sad. But then when the new family moves in, everything is good again. You know,
So
so
there is a book that I just added in the chat. Talk about emotional. Who's Your People? It is also by another Lumbee author, And
Mhm.
Miss Diane Blue Brooks Britt, she's a Lumbee author, so we want to celebrate our native voices today. And I've just added it in the chat. I put the link up there for Amazon, and it is by Brittany Danielle Hunt. She's the author, and Miss Brayboy is the illustrator too for that, I believe. And I
Oh.
just want to let everybody know that when I read Who's Your People for the first time,
Right.
I cried
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's something that is just said in such a loving way
Right.
in our community in Robinson County and the
Right.
connection of people. And it touched me in a way emotionally that it's just a wonderful book. So
That's
to
right.
celebrate
Oh,
Native
yeah.
Voices, Who's Your People? It's in the
Uh-huh.
chat. You got to check it out. It's absolutely amazing. So, um, absolutely love that book. It's one of my all-time favorites. So I had to share that picture book out with everybody.
Right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys. So I think we could get one more round out of this day. I'm going to look at my project sheet. So you guys are working on wonderful novels and horror and verse and sequels and all the good things. So now I know what I'm doing. I am going to now email Stephanie Cotta because I have been meaning to schedule an interview with Stephanie, and I have not done so yet. So Stephanie Cotta is about to get an email from me, so we can set up some times for an interview with her. Speaking of interviews, Anne is getting ready to interview our Shelley Mack, our Scottish author, who Landis is about to be released on Tuesday. Can y'all believe it? Like it's already another release time for Monarch. And
Mm.
Anne was just so excited that she was going to get a chance to meet Shelley Mack and highlight her book, her YA fantasy. So, really excited for Shelley Mack. We love you. And as she always says across the miles, we love you, Shelley. And we're so excited about your release next week. So, all right, guys, you got to stay tuned to Anne's podcast. Now I'm going to email Stephanie. So, all right, have fun.
I'm gonna slide out right now. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone at Shelley's release. So that'll be fun.
Yes.
It was fun writing with you, and enjoy the rest of the time.
All right, Angelique, have a great day. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations
Bye.
again on A
Thank
Mark in the
you.
Road,
Thank
YA
you.
thriller, speculative fiction. Can we say serial killer in the mix too with a sweet romance? I mean, it has it all for that YA world that I love so much, all
Thank
mashed up
you.
into one book. So, Angelique, what a great story. Love you. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Love you. Bye.
All right, guys, we got
Bye-bye.
7 more minutes, and then we will have our 3 minute close out. So 7 minutes to work. I'm going back on mute.
Okay.
Gosh, it is fast. That was the timer again. Nancy's like, I'm in my groove. Come on. Nancy, you're used to the longer sprints.
I am. This is like sort of like a lightning strike.
Yes, it is. I love that. These are lightning strike sprints to celebrate
Yeah.
NanoWrimo to lift and elevate Native American voices this month as well. I've just added more. Miss Diane Bluebrook's Brent, I just put in the Lumbee Tribe's website because there's tons of reading on there. If anyone's
Oh,
ever
okay.
interested in learning more about the Lumbee Tribe, I've added their official website into the chat so you guys can go and check that out. I learn
Mhm.
about the rich heritage and history of our Lumbee people. Thank you so much, Miss Diane. I see your
Thank
face
you.
now.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm still figuring things out on computers.
Well, we love to have you with us. All right, guys, our last 3 minute. Oh, someone just joining us, and it says, so it's Bonnie saying, hello, I'm needing to join some sprint time for writing motivation. I'm behind on my daily goals. You got this, Bonnie. We believe in you. Um, we are finishing up our 1 hour sprint, but I want to encourage you to go over to Tish Bouvier's channel. So, Bonnie, that's a great community for you. Tish Bouvier is in the chat right now. She has those running sprints. You can go back and watch recordings of those. That's what I do. I'm not doing a 5 a.m. Central Time, but I'm going to play Tish's recordings as I work on things and listen to her music and have that cool vibe in the background. How many of you write with music? Do you guys
Mm-mm.
write with music?
Can't do it.
Nope.
Oh, all the head shaking. No, Lori, you kind of are saying what is it, Lori?
Just sometimes during like an emotional scene or something, I like to pull up a song that is like feels like it fits the scene, and then I'll listen to the song a couple times and then write it just to get in that like emotional mood that, for the rest of my regular writing, I don't.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and say it, Lori. We were trying to contact the Goo Goo Dolls. If anybody out there is watching this sprint right now and you know how to get in touch with that band, just know to contact Monarch Educational Services at gmail.com because we have done everything that we can to try to contact that band for the rights just to use a couple of lines from a
Yes.
song,
Oh.
Lori, for your book. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
you're going to just have to rewrite love. We can't do
I
it.
know.
We can mention song title, but we can't use song lyrics. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, music is cool for me because I'm always listening to The Hobbit, The Shire. That's like
Oh,
my go-to. There's this like a 2 hour The Shire, and you'll hear Gandalf like humming a little bit in the middle of it, and it just makes me happy. Does anybody know the one I'm talking about?
I
You ever
don't.
seen it? It's like The Shire. Y'all got to look that one up. I know. Speaking of Stephanie Cotta, The Race of Argent is coming out in December. She's our epic fantasy author, and she loves writing to music. She has a complete playlist, and she does tons of those high-powered fantasy type background music when she's writing. So special shout out to Stephanie Cotta, who I just crossed off my list because I actually said, Stephanie, we need to set up an interview soon. Um, so my list is shorter now, and that makes me happy.
Oh yeah.
Uh, then I've got birthday weekend celebrations with my son. So cannot believe my baby is turning 21 today, tomorrow.
that's
So
nice.
we're having, I said today, tomorrow, but we're having like weekend long celebrations for him to honor
Tell him happy
him.
birthday.
I
Yes.
will, Miss Diane. So Solomon is really excited. We've been counting it down all week. So Solomon's looking forward to this weekend. So, anyone else want to say any last words before we close off? Um, oh, Bonnie said she likes to listen to coffee shop ambiance videos while I write. Yep, she's gonna love it, Tish. All right. Oh, Tish said, "Happy birthday, Solomon." I'm checking the chat. Last minutes, guys. Uh, Continue to do great things this month with the Nano, even if you pick one good thing to do a day. Try not to get yourself overwhelmed. Don't feel discouraged if you happen to not meet a goal, because one word is going forward, right? One project is going forward. So just always stay encouraged. Reach out to community. Join us for Shelly Mack's birthday party for Landis. We're really excited about that launch. Stay posted with us on social media, our website, where we're always announcing great things that are happening. And just follow all of our monarchs. They're super cool people, as you can tell. And I'm just so honored to be a part of this group. So, guys, I love y'all so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday. And how many of you are going to keep writing, or now the world calls and you must go? I'm going to keep working on projects. Keep working, Rachel said. So now we've got us a great start. If you need some other type of write-ins, go check out Tish BBA's now, and you can just hit play from her morning writing this morning that she was doing at 5 a.m. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a blessed day. I'll
And
see y'all
happy
later.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, Miss Diane, it's a
Happy
month of
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving and
to everybody.
blessings.
Yeah.
Yes.